Have you ever walked into a room and wondered if people still notice you? In a world that often glorifies youth, it's easy to feel like beauty fades with time. Society tells us that wrinkles should be hidden, gray hair should be dyed, and that after a certain age, we should simply fade into the background. But here's the truth. Real beauty doesn't diminish with age. It evolves. Think about the women you've admired most in your life. Were they just defined by smooth skin and a youthful glow? Or was it something deeper, their confidence, the way they carried themselves, the quiet power in their presence? You may not realize it, but you too possess that same kind of beauty. In this article, we're uncovering 7 undeniable signs that prove you are a truly attractive older woman, whether you see it in yourself or not. By the time you finish reading, you might just look in the mirror and recognize a beauty that has only grown stronger with time. Stay with me. You won't want to miss this. You may not realize it, but the way people respond to you says more about your beauty than a mirror ever could. Have you ever noticed how others light up when you enter a room? How they naturally gravitate toward you in conversation? Maybe a stranger strikes up a friendly chat in the grocery store, or younger women admire the way you carry yourself with such effortless grace. These are not coincidences. They are signs of a beauty that goes far beyond skin deep. A beauty rooted in presence, energy, and confidence. When you were younger, compliments may have been about your looks. People might have praised your youthful glow, your striking features, or the way your hair framed your face. But as time passes, the kind of compliments you receive changes. Instead of hearing, "You have such beautiful eyes," you might hear, "There's something about you that's just so warm and inviting." Instead of comments on your figure, people now mention how elegant you are, how kind your smile is, or how they simply enjoy being around you. These words hold so much more weight than surface-level beauty. They speak to the essence of who you are, the quiet power of a woman who knows herself. Take Margaret, for example. At 72, she never thought of herself as particularly striking. She wasn't someone who followed beauty trends or spent hours in front of the mirror. And yet, everywhere she went, people seemed drawn to her. Strangers would chat with her in line at the bank. Younger women would compliment the way she carried herself. Men, both young and old, would offer to hold doors for her with a certain admiration in their eyes. At first, she brushed it off as simple politeness, but over time, she began to see the pattern. It wasn't about looking younger. It was about the warmth she radiated, the self-assured way she moved through the world. That was her real beauty, one that had only grown with age. Many women underestimate just how much their presence alone can captivate others. When you walk with purpose, when your posture reflects quiet strength, when your eyes shine with kindness and wisdom, people take notice. There is something profoundly attractive about a woman who is comfortable in her own skin, who doesn't feel the need to seek validation or chase trends. You don't have to say a word, yet your presence speaks volumes. And then there's the way people respond to your energy. Have you ever entered a space and felt an immediate connection with those around you? Have you noticed how others seem to naturally lean in when you speak, as if your words hold a special weight? That's because true attractiveness isn't just about how you look, it's about how you make others feel. People are drawn to warmth, to those who listen intently, to those who carry a quiet confidence that makes everyone around them feel at ease. So the next time someone compliments your presence, whether they mention your smile, your aura, or simply how lovely it is to be around you, believe them. That's not just kindness. That's recognition of a beauty that cannot be defined by age. And that is something truly worth embracing. You may not realize it, but younger women are watching you. They see the way you carry yourself, the way you choose your outfits with care, and the quiet confidence that radiates from you. And while they may not say it outright, they admire you more than you know. Have you ever been stopped by a younger woman who complimented your scarf, your handbag, or the way you styled your hair? Perhaps a store clerk or a waitress has told you, "I love your earrings," or "You always look so put together." These aren't just passing comments. They are signs that your presence leaves an impression, that your elegance, your sense of self, and the way you present yourself are something others aspire to. Think about Eleanor, a 70-year-old former interior designer. She never chased fashion trends or tried to dress like someone half her age. Instead, she chose timeless pieces that suited her figure, embraced colors and textures that made her feel beautiful, and carried herself with an effortless grace. Over time, she noticed something surprising. Younger women, sometimes strangers, sometimes acquaintances, began to take notice. They would ask where she bought her accessories, or even confess, "I hope I can age as gracefully as you." It wasn't just about the clothes she wore. It was about how she wore them, with confidence, ease, and a deep understanding of what truly suited her. This is the kind of beauty that transcends age. It's not about trying to look younger. It's about embracing who you are today and expressing it with style. True elegance doesn't mean following every trend or wearing the most expensive brands. It means knowing what makes you feel good, choosing outfits that reflect your personality, and carrying yourself with pride. When you do that, people notice. More importantly, they admire you for it. You may not realize how much younger women look up to you. They see a woman who is unshaken by fleeting trends, who doesn't dress to please others, but to celebrate herself. And in a world where youth is often pressured to conform, this kind of self-assurance is magnetic. Have you ever seen a woman who looks stunning, not because of what she's wearing, but because of how she carries herself? It's not about perfection. It's about presence. The lines on your face tell a story. Your silver hair speaks of wisdom, and the way you move through the world with certainty makes you captivating. So the next time a younger woman compliments your style, don't brush it off. Know that she is seeing something in you that she hopes to one day embody. Grace, confidence, and a beauty that only grows stronger with time. You are, without a doubt, an inspiration. Have you ever noticed the way people look at you when you speak? The way their eyes stay locked onto yours, how they nod along as you talk, how they seem fully present in the moment. That's not by accident. It's not just about the words you say. It's about who you are when you say them. Your presence, your wisdom, and the quiet confidence you carry make people want to listen. True beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. When you enter a conversation, you bring with you a lifetime of experiences, stories, and insights. And people recognize that. They lean in closer, not because they feel obligated, but because they are drawn to something about you, your energy, your charisma, the way you make them feel seen and valued. That is a rare and powerful kind of attractiveness, one that has nothing to do with age and everything to do with presence. Linda, a retired professor in her 70s, never considered herself particularly striking. But something happened whenever she spoke in a group. People stopped what they were doing. They turned toward her. They listened. Even in a room full of younger women, her words carried weight. One evening at a family gathering, a younger woman pulled her aside and said, "You have such an elegant way of speaking. It's mesmerizing." Linda had never thought about it before, but the more she paid attention, the more she noticed the pattern. Whether she was at a dinner party, a bookstore, or even making casual conversation with the cashier, people seemed to focus on her in a way that felt different. They weren't just hearing her, they were absorbing what she said. This is the kind of magnetic presence that goes beyond physical appearance. It's not about having the perfect smile or the smoothest skin. It's about the way you engage with the world, the way you carry yourself, and the way you make others feel. When you speak with conviction, when your voice carries warmth and wisdom, people notice. They want to be around you, to learn from you, to experience the quiet strength you exude. Have you ever seen someone command a room without even trying? They don't raise their voice or demand attention, yet all eyes naturally turn toward them. That's the power of presence. When you have it, you don't need to chase validation. It comes to you effortlessly. And perhaps the most beautiful part of all this is that you don't have to do anything different to earn this kind of respect and admiration. It's already within you. The way you share your thoughts, the kindness in your voice, the authenticity behind your words. These are the things that make you compelling. So the next time you notice someone holding eye contact with you just a little longer, The way they pause before responding as if savoring every word you say. Take it as a sign. You are more captivating than you realize. Your beauty, your presence, your wisdom, these are things the world needs more of. Keep speaking. People are listening. Have you ever had a stranger compliment your glowing skin, the way your silver hair catches the light, or how effortlessly graceful you appear when you walk? It may seem like a small thing, but these moments are powerful reminders that beauty is not something reserved for youth. It is something that evolves, deepens, and takes on new forms as the years go by. Too often, women are led to believe that signs of aging must be hidden. Wrinkles should be smoothed, gray hair should be covered, and posture should be corrected as if growing older is something to be ashamed of. But the truth is, the features you have today tell a story of resilience, wisdom, and self-care. When people take notice, when they stop to admire your skin's natural radiance, your hair's elegance, or the way you carry yourself with confidence, it's because they recognize a kind of beauty that cannot be faked or manufactured. It is the beauty of a woman who knows her worth. Susan, a 71-year-old former nurse, never thought much about her appearance. She never followed strict beauty routines or spent hours in front of the mirror. But one afternoon at the farmer's market, a young woman stopped her and said, "I hope my skin looks like yours when I'm your age." Susan laughed at first, surprised that someone would even notice. But later that day, she looked at herself in the mirror and saw what that woman had seen. Her skin wasn't perfect, but it was full of life, the result of years of care, nourishment, and self-respect. The same goes for hair. Many women worry about graying, thinking it will make them look older, less vibrant, or invisible. But have you ever seen a woman with a stunning silver mane, carrying it with such confidence that it becomes her signature? Whether you choose to embrace your natural gray or color your hair in a way that makes you feel your best, what truly matters is how you wear it. Well-kept, healthy hair, no matter the color, tells the world that you value yourself, and that kind of care is always attractive. And then there's posture. It may not be the first thing people think of when they define beauty, but the way you carry yourself speaks volumes. Have you ever noticed how some people command attention simply by the way they stand or walk? A straight posture, a lifted chin, and a graceful stride send a silent message of strength and confidence. Slouching, on the other hand, can make even the most beautiful woman look unsure of herself. But when you stand tall, with poise and elegance, people take notice, not just of how you look, but of the energy you project. So the next time someone compliments your skin, your hair, or the way you move, don't brush it off as meaningless small talk. Take it as proof that your beauty is not only still there, it's thriving. You are a living example that confidence, self-care, and authenticity create an allure that no cream, dye, or cosmetic procedure could ever replace. You are seen, you are admired, and whether you realize it or not, you are radiating a beauty that is impossible to ignore. There is something undeniably captivating about a woman who knows her worth. She doesn't seek approval, she doesn't try to blend in, and she certainly doesn't apologize for taking up space. Instead, she moves through the world with quiet confidence, secure in who she is and what she brings to the table. That confidence is magnetic. It demands respect without ever having to ask for it. You've likely felt this shift in yourself over the years. Maybe you no longer feel the need to explain your choices to others. Perhaps you've stopped worrying about what people think of you. You trust your own instincts, speak your mind with clarity, and carry yourself in a way that makes people take notice. And when they do, it's not just admiration. They respect you. Barbara, a 73-year-old former business owner, never tried to stand out. She didn't dress to impress, and she didn't go out of her way to prove anything to anyone. Yet wherever she went, people seemed to gravitate toward her. Strangers struck up conversations. Younger women listened intently when she spoke, and even men, regardless of age, treated her with a level of admiration she hadn't expected. One evening at a dinner party, A younger woman leaned in and said, "You have this presence about you. It's like you don't need validation from anyone." Barbara simply smiled because she knew it was true. That's the power of self-assurance. When you know who you are, you don't need to convince anyone else. Your confidence speaks for itself in the way you walk, the way you hold your head high, and the way you engage with the world around you. People respect you because they sense that you respect yourself. And here's something incredible. Confidence is contagious. When you carry yourself with assurance, others feel it. They admire it. They want to be around it. It inspires younger women to embrace their own strength and reminds those around you that true beauty isn't about trying to fit into a mold. It's about embracing exactly who you are, unapologetically. Think about the last time you walked into a room. Did people turn to look at you, not because of what you were wearing, but because of the way you carried yourself? Did someone seek out your opinion, valuing your words not just for what you said, but for the way you said them? These are not coincidences. They are reflections of the respect you naturally command. So if you ever wonder whether your presence still holds power, let me assure you, it does. People see you, they hear you, they respect you not just for what you've done, but for the woman you've become. And that kind of presence, it's far more attractive, far more enduring, and far more valuable than fleeting youth. You are not just seen, you are revered. There is a certain kind of beauty that has nothing to do with age, makeup, or fashion. It's the kind of beauty that makes people feel at ease the moment they meet you. It's the warmth in your smile, the kindness in your eyes, and the way you make others feel heard and valued. This kind of beauty isn't something that fades over time. In fact, it only grows stronger. Have you ever noticed how people seem comfortable opening up to you, even strangers? Maybe you've found yourself in a grocery store line, and before you know it, the person next to you is telling you about their day. Or perhaps at a social gathering, people naturally gravitate toward you, drawn to something they can't quite put into words. That isn't luck, it's your presence. It's the warmth you bring into a room, the way you listen with genuine interest, and the quiet charisma that makes others feel safe in your company. Diane, a 70-year-old retired nurse, never thought of herself as the kind of person who stood out. She didn't have the flashiest wardrobe or the most striking features, yet wherever she went, people seemed to remember her. At the grocery store, the cashier always greeted her with an extra smile. At social events, she never stood alone. There was always someone eager to chat with her. One day, a young woman at a cafe told her, "You have the most welcoming energy. I hope I have that when I'm older." Diane had never really thought about it before, but the more she paid attention, the more she realized that her presence truly had an effect on people. This is the essence of natural magnetism. It's not about commanding attention, but rather drawing people in with your warmth and authenticity. A woman who is comfortable in her own skin radiates something far more attractive than any trend or beauty product ever could. It's the way she smiles easily, the way she makes others feel seen, and the way her energy lingers long after she leaves a room. Have you ever met someone who made you feel completely at ease within minutes? It wasn't just their words, but the way they spoke. It wasn't just their smile, but the kindness behind it. This is what people remember. This is what makes you beautiful in a way that no mirror can truly capture. So if you've ever wondered why people seem to open up to you, why they enjoy being around you, or why they walk away from a conversation with you feeling lighter, take it as a sign. You possess a rare and precious kind of beauty, the beauty of warmth, kindness, and presence. And that kind of beauty is not only seen, but deeply felt. You are a light in the lives of those around you, and whether you realize it or not, the world is better because of it. Have you ever caught someone stealing a glance at you? Maybe it was a quick look from across the room, a lingering gaze in a cafe, or a subtle double-take as you walked by. At first you may have dismissed it, thinking it was just a coincidence. But the truth is, people notice you more than you realize, and it has nothing to do with trying to look younger or chasing trends. It's about the presence you carry, the confidence you exude, and the quiet, effortless beauty that draws people in. Many women assume that as they get older, they become invisible. They believe that attention and admiration belong only to the young. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Attractiveness isn't about looking like you did at 20. It's about the way you make an impression without even trying. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you dress with intention, the way your eyes hold a certain depth that only comes with experience. Judith, a 68-year-old retired lawyer, never considered herself particularly striking. She didn't wear flashy clothes, and she certainly didn't go out of her way to draw attention. Yet she started to notice something. When she was out shopping, men would hold doors open for her just a little longer than necessary. When she dined at restaurants, the waitstaff seemed to engage her in conversation more often. Even younger women would compliment her choice of perfume or the way she styled her scarf. At first, she brushed it off, but then she realized something. These weren't accidents. People were responding to something in her. It wasn't about her age or her appearance. It was the way she carried herself, with grace, confidence, and a presence that naturally attracted attention. There is an undeniable power in a woman who is completely at ease with herself. She doesn't try to demand attention, yet it follows her wherever she goes. Have you ever noticed how truly captivating people don't rush? They move with intention, taking their time, fully present in their surroundings. They walk into a room with quiet assurance, and without saying a word, they make an impression. And here's something you may not have considered. When people glance at you, it's not just about admiration. It's about curiosity. They see something in you that intrigues them, whether it's your confidence, your poise, or the way you carry a lifetime of wisdom with effortless elegance. So the next time you catch someone looking at you, don't dismiss it. Don't assume it's meaningless or that they're simply looking past you. They see you. They notice the way you walk, the way you move, the way you exist in the world with quiet confidence. You are not invisible. In fact, you may be more captivating now than you ever were before, and that is a beauty that no mirror can fully reflect, but the world around you certainly does. True beauty is not about looking the way you did at 25. It is about presence, confidence, and the quiet magnetism that makes people want to be around you. The way others admire your elegance, listen intently when you speak, or feel comforted in your presence is proof that your beauty has not faded. It has transformed into something even more powerful. You are not invisible. You are not past your prime. You are a woman who carries wisdom, grace, and a kind of attractiveness that only deepens with time. Embrace it fully, because the world sees it, even if you sometimes forget to.